everyone, it's Lehman with Lacecoveredskies. So I'm coming on here to do a little bit more work on the nature journals that I'm working on. I think I showed you the last time I showed you these images that I'm working with that I fussy cut out of books. So I'm continuing to do that. And I had talked about how I'm trying to make things in a more efficient way. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make more of these pockets right here. And these, I want to make 20. So I think I have 14 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I want to make 6 more. And I'll just go ahead and start prepping that. So as I mentioned last time, I glued all the pages in this Nancy Drew book together. So I glued every 2 pages together. And now I go through the inking process. So since I'm doing 6, I'm going to ink a few more pages. I'm gonna lay this down. Just lay some scratch paper down. I'm using frayed burlap, and I'm gonna put it off camera down this way. But I'm using frayed burlap, and it is running out of juice a little bit. I mean, I guess not really, but I like it to be a little bit darker. So I did go ahead and order some of the droppers, the reinkers, and I should be getting it soon. I ordered it on eBay. Well, I saw some on eBay for $3.99, which I think is really good. And I can actually go pick it up instead of get it shipped, which would be another savings. It is a little bit far from me, like maybe 40 miles, but I was planning to go down there anyways. So I was going to do that, but I'm not going to go for a while. So I found this other seller, and she sold it for, let me make sure I'm in frame. She sold it for it was $6 to $8 depending on the color, and if you buy 3 you get $6 off. So I bought 3. I bought the re-inker for this one, and then I bought, what is it called? Is it antique linen, maybe? But it's much lighter than this, which is what I wanted, and I only bought the ink pad for that. And then I bought another one, but I can't remember. It's more of a pink color, like a very dusty pink, almost like a brownish pink. So I can't wait for those to come in, because I've only ever had distress ink that's this color, and I want to try those other colors out. And then if I do like those two and I want to get more re-inkers, then I'll go get the ones that are like 40 miles away, since I'll be in town later, like next month. So I'm going to go ahead and ink 6 pages. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do one more. So I'm going to kind of show you, I guess this is like an assembly line of how I do this. And I am going to try to keep this video only to 30 minutes. So again, I'm filming directly onto YouTube. I've started editing videos and I love the process. I really love editing videos, but I can't do it anymore because there's something wrong with my phone. Like, it won't let me upload from the camera's phone onto YouTube. So I've had to post videos without my introductions, the intros that I had worked on. So I hope it's not too weird where I was having it for a while and then I'm not having it anymore. Hopefully I'll be able to put them in again at some point. Probably need to get a new phone soon. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I really don't like doing that. I really don't. I don't like getting new phones, and I don't like getting new cars. When I get them, I just want to ride it out until it's on its last leg. Okay. Alright, so now that I did that, the next thing I do, actually I can get rid of, no I can't, not yet. Okay, so I'm going to cut off the edge that was bound into the book. And I really like doing these all at once because when it comes to doing things, I can stay really focused when it's kind of routine. Actually, I can when it is routine. And with being creative, it is hard to strike a good balance because you want to be creative. You want it to be fresh each time, but that can get, like, I think there needs to be a balance of the left and the right brain. Okay, my paper cutter is not that sharp anymore. But I think for me, when I'm creative, I can be really just thinking outside of the box and having fun with it. But if I'm in that space too long, things get really unproductive and unorganized. So what I'm trying to do with making journals, that's why it takes me so long to make a journal, like months. And then I get unorganized and unfocused, and I'll stop working on it for a while because it's like too stressful. So this way I'm trying to combine those two sides of the brain. Like at work, I'm really good. I don't have a creative job at all. But I'm really good at like implementing procedures so that someone doesn't have to think about it and they can just get in there and do the job. But the part that requires thinking is the beginning part. So if we have to do something new, then before we do it, we really think about it and we really figure out, okay, what's the best way to do this? And once that is thought out, every time we do that, we try to do the same way. So that's what I'm trying to do with my journals. And when I thought about these pockets, I'm kind of new to collaging. So when I thought about doing these pockets, I really took a long time to think of it. And then once I was happy with the way that they were, I was like, okay, now I just need to make a lot of them. And that part shouldn't take long because it doesn't require thinking, it just requires doing. And hopefully this way I'll be able to make journals faster. But it'll be fun too because I won't get frustrated and get unfocused. Okay. And I've been watching a lot of Jessica Rapp's videos from Two Silver Oranges, and she works in this way. And it was a really good time to watch her videos because that's when I had finished all my other journals and I was trying to find a way to be more organized. Okay, so the next thing I do is I fold these. And of course, if I was using a different book, it would be a different height that I'm folding it to. But I'm just going to make a little line. Since these are glued, they are a little crunchy. And it doesn't have to be perfect. They are a little crunchy, so I will say that. Okay, I'm doing it to slim. Okay. And this is somewhat of an older book, so maybe that's why I wouldn't say the pages are brittle, but I don't know how a newer book would work. See, you can see that the page, actually I don't know if you can see that. Okay, I'm at 13 minutes already. Okay, so because I inked on this side, I'm making sure that I fold it this way so the inking shows on the outside. So I think I mentioned last time that I have jury duty soon, which I haven't had jury duty in a lot of years, but I guess they found me again. But I plan to bring some stuff and just be really productive that day, even if I have to be there all day. I would love to be able to fussy cut there, but you can't bring scissors in. And I know because I had jury duty a few years ago, well, probably like a decade ago, and I tried bringing, I was crocheting at the time, and I had little kid scissors. And before I brought it in at the metal detector, I asked them, I was like, am I allowed to bring this in? Because I don't want to bring it in if I'm not allowed to. And they said no. So they held my itty bitty little kid scissors. I'm trying to see if I have a pair here. But the scissors were literally, they were dull, they were tiny, but I couldn't bring it in. So I would love to fussy cut there, but I know I can't. So I'm going to be bringing other things. I'm going to be bringing a couple glue sticks inking, like my distress ink and the dauber thing. I might just glue a book together because I'm working on gluing. Like I want to glue all the pages in this book together too, and this is a newer book, so I'll get to see if it's brittle as well. It doesn't feel brittle, but maybe I'll just bring this book and glue it all together because I've done this much so far. So I'll just glue. Hopefully there's like a desk or a table there. But I will be inking as well and just doing things that I can use in the future. Okay, so now that I've done this part, I'm going to go ahead and cut the little pocket with an X-Acto knife. I did it this way. So I'm putting it to a line and I'm going two squares down, or 2 inches down. I'm getting my ruler. And I'm just going to cut right there. And I don't go too close to the edge. This one's actually a little close. So the fold is on the bottom half. This is the top part of the paper. And go about right there. I'm really bad with using a craft knife or this kind of knife. There we go. So I don't think I'm going to get very far with this. I don't think I'm going to collage today because that takes a lot of time and thinking. And I think it is a little nerve-wracking to do it on camera for me since I'm not used to this. I think I'm getting more used to it. I will show you what I've done, and I kind of want to work on something else before I turn off the camera. And this is the last one. I don't normally read my pages in case it says something bad. I probably should, but I'm really bad about reading what it says. And probably using a Nancy Drew book is not the best idea either. Okay, so I have them to this stage. The next thing I would do is start collaging, but I don't think I'm going to do that here. But I just wanted to show you that I think last time I did this one on camera, and then last time these weren't done yet, but now they're done. So all I did was I have this stack of fabric that I I cut like a bunch, or I tore a bunch of fabric to the right size, and then I just glued it, or not glued it, sewed it to the back to make a little square. So I folded it over like, just folded it over like this, and then stitched around and around and then around again, because it's kind of a messy stitch. So I did that, and I did collage on this. I don't know if I'm going to do collage on all of them, but yeah. So my goal is to make 5 journals, and I want to have, I think, 4 of these in each journal, because I'm making 20. Yeah. All right. I'm also, okay, I'll show you what I did today. So I did a lot of stamping. I love stamping, the way it turns out, but it's such a, like, a production to stamp. I kind of feel like that about gluing too. So when I do it, I try to do a lot at once. So I did this one, did a little bit of bad stamping, but that's how it looks. I hope you can see. I'm not standing up. Okay, there we go. And these stamps are this set from Bo Bunny. And the stamp's not in there right now. I'm cleaning it off. But this whole pack was only $2.99, and I used every single stamp in there. So I love that set, and it's perfect for these journals. I stamped these index cards with just a heading, and then journaling can happen down there. I stamped these. I'm going to turn these into little tags. And then I did this. So it's the same as the first image that I showed you. And this paper is, I got it at the Goodwill outlet. Probably showed it in a video somewhere. But it's this photo album. And inside there's cream cardstock. This is like harder than regular cardstock. And then there's a layer of this, like it's not tissue paper. It's like almost like a thin fabric. Like there's a weave through it. And then I stamped these. So 2 colors of these. These are going to be little tags in the book. And then I did this. And then I did this on like construction paper or craft paper. And then I made tabs out of green file folder because it was the ridged area that I was going to throw out anyway. So I just made some tabs using my envelope punch. And then I didn't do anything to these, so I'm still waiting to decide. But I did a bunch of stamping of these large stamps. I got this on sale at a Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to sew around the edge like this. And it's going to go into the journal. So I just try to leave it all in one place in this basket. But what I'm also working on are these. So I had a bunch of these craft color cards, or I don't know if this is craft colored, but this yellow color, it's a cardstock. I sewed some teal fabric around the edge, and then I put some dictionary paper inside. So I have 20 of those, and I'm going to tear dictionary paper. So I got a new dictionary today, and it's from 1977, but it's not as yellow as the other dictionary I was using, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I can always ink it up a little bit. So I'm going to be tearing some areas out. Okay, so what I like to do before I start is tear around the whole edge of the paper so that I don't have to deal with doing that later. And then I'm just going to tear it so that it fits inside. So I'm just going to tear the bunch that's left, this little stack, and then it's going to be ready for me to sew in the morning tomorrow. It's kind of late today. And these, I did them right before I came on camera, and it didn't take long, as long as I do one step over and over again. So that, and then I'm going to leave it aside. I would tear with a ruler, but I don't want that straight of a line. But actually, let's try it. Let me get this big one. This would be a lot easier to do with the ruler. But then I really don't want that straight of a line. I should get one of those tear rulers, I guess. Then I think the next thing I'm going to do for these journals is maybe look for pages, because I don't have like a huge ton of nature. Oh, and I had to put some craft paper on the back because there was too much writing. That only happened to a few though. I don't think these journals are going to be very thick because, yeah, I don't want to make it too big. Okay, so I'm going to leave this by my sewing machine so that I can sew them tomorrow in the morning. And let me see what time it is or how many minutes. This has been going for 28 minutes. Okay, I think I'm going to try to do one collage. So the dictionary paper that I was using before was a lot more yellow. And this dictionary is from, I think, the early 70s. And this one is from the late 70s. So there's such a big difference. I don't like the whiter pages. I mean, none of us do, right? Okay. I'm going to start collaging on here. I've really been enjoying using dictionary paper. I think it really helps in my collage because I'm not that experienced with collaging. I think I'm gonna do that, and yeah, I do overthink, so I'm just gonna try to not think. I did some stamping that I didn't like yesterday. Maybe I can go in here. I don't know. So I haven't been using that many elements in each one. I usually layer a couple, and then I guess I should use some of these images now. Because when I start layering too much, my collages do not do well. I think I want to cut it off there. This piece of green. No. That's probably going to look weird. Some of these plants start looking weird. Maybe I could do... Okay, I think I'll do that. I'll put that piece down there and have that coming up the side. These glue sticks are from Hobby Lobby, and I got them for so cheap. It was one of the clearance sales, and they were literally 49 cents. So I got a whole bunch. And I'm not a big fan of glue sticks. I feel like they never work unless you use a freaking ton. So that's what I've been doing. I've been using a lot. And I've been going through glue sticks like crazy. I did a glue book last year, and that took a lot of glue. And that was difficult to glue because magazine pages are really thin, and I was gluing large sheets down. And with glue sticks, I feel like you have to move really quick because it like dries instantly. When I was in school, I guess that was in the 80s, when I was in elementary school, they used to have paste. I don't know if anyone remembers that, where they would get those little canisters from film, like for taking pictures, like the negatives, like the little rolls. And then they would put glue, like I guess we would bring it in and we would have paste, and some kids would eat the paste. But nowadays it's all about glue sticks. For kids, I mean. Glue sticks and glue sponges I've used a glue sponge before in crafting, and it's decent, but it does cause a little bit of warping. Not a lot. It's just like if you glue onto file folder, then it's fine, but it does make a very sturdy and thick like end product. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then I have a basket of these, and this one I'm gonna do a small pocket because like this is coming up the side. Okay, I like that side better, so I'm gonna corner punch this, and I don't glue this pocket on. I'm gonna sew it on. And it is coffee dyed, but I'm just going to ink a little bit. So that's going to go there, and it should put a little something, a little bit of color. Maybe I'll put some pattern paper. I'm really trying to use more pattern paper. Those colors are a little bit muted. I have some red Mod Podge napkin like this. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, let me try gluing this pattern paper. It seems like it's gonna be hard to do because it's so thin. Okay, so that's there. I hate it when the edges don't glue down. And that's why I end up using too much glue. I don't think I like that. No. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna add one more image, and I think that'll be it for this video. Okay, I think I'm gonna continue figuring this out, but thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye everyone.